Welcome to this training module on the use of focus groups and the role of the focus group facilitator. This training is brought to you by the Public Policy Center at Boise State University. After viewing this brief presentation, you should be familiar with the purposes of focus groups, the scope of tasks necessary to prepare for, conduct, and wrap up a focus group session, and the responsibilities of the role of facilitator. Focus groups are a useful way to identify opinions, impressions, and perceptions of a small group of people on one or more topics in a short period of time, usually an hour or two. The kind of information that you get from focus groups is different than that gained through a random survey. That is, some care should be taken not to generalize the findings of a focus group beyond the small groups who participate, because the participants may not be representative of the larger population or group. Information gathered from focus groups, however, is often more in-depth than that gained from most surveys. In some cases, focus groups precede a survey in order to develop survey questions. In other cases, interesting results from a survey can be followed up by focus groups. Examples of focus groups include survey development, as described above, gauging community opinions on an issue of concern, and getting feedback on organizational strategic plans. While the size of a focus group can vary according to your organization's particular needs, most are relatively small at 8 to 10 participants. This ensures that all the participants have a chance to be heard, while not having so few people that people feel on the spot to share. The questions to be shared with the participants are prepared ahead of time. A facilitator makes sure that all the questions are covered and that all the participants are encouraged to join in the discussion. The ideas and thoughts of the group are captured either by recording the session or writing the main topics on a flip chart. It is useful to have someone play the role of scribe to write down the main ideas and results in addition to the facilitator, so that the facilitator can focus on the group. The facilitator or organizers of the focus group have a series of tasks to perform well before the focus group happens. As you can see in the above slide, some of the tasks need to happen 4 to 6 weeks before the event. In the example above, the tasks are identified by who is responsible and the time frame for accomplishing them relative to the focus group itself. Making sure all the organizers have this information will help ensure a successful event. To make it easier to review as you plan your focus group, a copy of these task listings have been uploaded to the web page. During the focus group session, the facilitator works from the prepared agenda and list of questions to guide the discussion. A key part of the facilitator's role is ensuring that the group understands the rules of the discussion, such as not critiquing each other's ideas and keeping the discussion civil. As the focus group session starts, the facilitator's duties revolve around making sure the facility and room are ready for the participants to arrive. The above list describes those tasks. Focus groups are often held in a community facility, such as a senior center, school, or church. Taking good care of the facilities and being good guests of such a facility is an important part of the facilitator role. As the participants arrive, the facilitator's role is to make sure they are comfortable in the setting and ready to share their ideas. Some focus groups will have a participant questionnaire so that the organizers know the most about the participants possible. If this type of form is used, it should be distributed and filled out before the session begins. As the meeting begins, the facilitator makes introductions and identifies the purpose and process of the focus group session. Posting the purpose and questions for the group for all to see helps the participants understand the goals of the session. In some groups, discussion will become quite lively, and it is the role of the facilitator to make sure that everyone gets a chance to share. It is okay to say, "We haven't heard from John yet," and prompt John to talk. A more difficult The common challenge is to politely redirect a very talkative or passionate participant to let others have their say. You may consider saying, "Amy's had some good thoughts. Let's hear from the rest of you for a while." Or, "I'm going to come back to you in a minute, Amy. I want to make sure we get to everyone." If the discussion is fast-paced, the facilitator should make sure the scribe is able to keep up. It is sometimes helpful to restate an idea if the scribe has missed it in the flow of the conversation. After the event has ended, the facilitator should collect the notes and/or recording of the meeting to return to the organizers. Be sure that you know what the arrangements are for getting the information to the transcriber. The above slide outlines the wrap-up tasks for a focus group and identifies who is responsible for each task and a timeline. Ensuring that everyone knows what to do and when to do it helps make your focus group session a success. While not appropriate in every setting, we believe that focus groups are an important tool for organizations that want to know more about their membership or reach out to the public. We hope that you have found this short training about the role of a facilitator in a focus group helpful. You've been listening to Focus Group Facilitator Training from the Boise State University Public Policy Center. My name is Stephanie Witt. Thanks for joining.